Hi, Uncle Bob here. This is my first review of a game not released this year. The series of reviews after days will focus on older games. This week I played Mayhem Brawler, which has an 89% positive rating. I bought it for about $4 on sale, and I think that's a fair price. The game was released in 2021, so it's already a few years old. I really like beat-em-ups. I've played the Streets of Rage series so many times that it's impossible to count. However, I held off on buying this game for a long time for one reason. It may seem strange, or maybe not. It's about the characters, mainly the enemies. There are werewolves, vampires, crocodiles and pigs here. A whole menagerie. Since I always considered vampires and werewolves to be tacky, this effectively helped my back, and you know what? Wrongly so. The entire game has a comic book feel to it. The graphics are strikingly similar to those in Streets of Rage 4. You have hand-drawn backgrounds and characters, and the screen for selecting the next level looks like the cover of the next issue of a comic book. All this gives the impression that we are playing in a comic book. Unfortunately, the sound is a weak point. The music didn't stick in my head at all. I can't even say if it was there. It's so average, neither exciting nor depressing. There's some humming and beeping, but it's nowhere near the level of Streets of Rage. It's a shame because it's always more enjoyable to beat up crowned goons to the rhythm of good music. The same goes for the sound effects. They are flat. There is no sense of fierce hook that shifts your jaw. We only have the effects of buttocks slapping against metal. Fortunately, there are more pros than cons, and it's fun to play this title. Beating up waves of vampires is really cool. The controls are perfect, there is no stiffness, lag or other shenanigans. At the beginning we have a choice of 3 characters, and later we can unlock 2 more. And as in such fighting games, we mostly go to the right and beat up people emerging from behind the screen. In terms of available moves and skills, you have the standard, a series of normal punches, throws, a jumping elbow strike, a running punch, and a special move in 3 variations. On top of that, there are bats, knives and guns. So it's satisfactory. Opponents can also surprise us, sucking our blood to restore their health, or running off screen only to jump out at us from behind on other side. The bosses are cool, although slightly uneven. One is interesting and has cool attacks, while the other is cliché and has moves like dozens of others like him. The levels are also standard: streets, parks, office building and sewers. But they stand out with nice backgrounds. You can see people in line, police officers struggling with prisoners, and other moving elements. One playthrough consists of 7 levels. After each level, we choose what we want to do, which is equivalent to choosing the next stage. This results in 3 different endings. Unfortunately, the game does not have an online multiplayer option. We are left with only old-school couch co-op for up to 4 people. There is also a Steam remote option, but some people have problems with it and cannot get it to work. So, if you care about this option, check first if it works and if necessary, return it within the allowed 2 hours. Well, there are few shortcomings, but I enjoyed playing it. I didn't feel bored, and I definitely wanted to see the next level and play with the next character. I give the game a 3 out of 5. Unfortunately, there is no online play option, and the sound is mediocre. If at least one of these elements was present or better, I would definitely give it a 4. However, it's still a good game to play, and I absolutely don't regret buying it. For $4? Shut up and take my money. And that's all for today. Bye.